We're looking back this morning at some of our favorite stories of 2012. David Letterman put on a unique show last month at his old school, Indiana's Ball State University.
And as Jeff Glor reports, the Late Show host interviewed another TV legend, Oprah Winfrey.
When I look out at this audience, I have the same thought each time: we really should charge for tickets.
David Letterman opened with a joke, but this was no comedy show. For an hour and 40 minutes, Letterman and Oprah Winfrey discussed everything from race to the abuse Winfrey endured as a child.
Raped at 9, continuously sexually molested from 10 to 14.
Winfrey's talked about these issues before, but never with a man who for 16 years she refused to talk to at all.
Oprah and I spent one night together 16 years ago. 16 years ago. She hasn't spoken to me since. That is my history with women in a nutshell.
From 1989 to 2005, Winfrey locked Letterman out.
We found out through reliable sources that Oprah hated me.
Oh.
He said 2 years ago it was because he stuck Winfrey with an old lunch bill. Backstage, Oprah told us it was something else.
Much has been made of this
So-called feud.
iciness in the past.
Yeah.
How do we refer to that?
I don't know what it is. Distancing. Let's call it a distancing. I had done a show of his, and during the process of the show, people started yelling bad things. And I thought that he should have taken control of the situation, or he didn't take control of the situation. It was just such an uncomfortable experience for me.
The #1 message on Oprah's answering machine.
After a decade and a half of off and on prodding from Letterman, 7 years ago, the icebreaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Oprah Winfrey.
That was followed by a brief Super Bowl ad.
Now, Dave, be nice.
And Letterman finally appearing on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
I thought you would have just picked up the phone.
I wanted to be asked, Oprah.
But there was nothing like
As a
this.
child.
You said you never had therapy.
No.
It felt a little like we were watching therapy.
It felt like Dave is giving me therapy. I mean, who would have thought? As I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, now, is this a full circle moment or what? I am sitting on stage in a real conversation with Dave Letterman, who's asking me, you know, things that I hadn't thought about for years.
We love you.
The conversation at Ball State, where students camped out waiting for tickets, traced Winfrey's path from Mississippi to media titan. So much to cover, the university's president thought she was supposed to wrap it up.
May we help you?
We're talking here. We're talking here. I agree.
Letterman and Winfrey kept rolling 45 minutes past the scheduled end time.
I am, and again, I hate to invoke the word stunned. You and I have lived much different lives. I mean, I think that that's apparent superficially.
You are a white man.
I am a...
When you're up there like that, do you miss the show?
I do not miss the show. I don't miss the show. I thought about it for a very long time. And I knew that it would be very important that when you let it go, you really can let it go. What I do now, all those years, I never looked at my own ratings, but now when the rating sheet comes in for everybody else's, I look at the whole list of all those people, all fighting it out for a couple of rating points, and I think, whew.
As Winfrey navigates her next move, her cable network still seeking its own ratings growth, she appears to have put at least one rough patch behind her. Mostly.
I said to him as we were walking over here, Dave, maybe if we can't call ourselves friends, maybe at least we can say we're friendly. We're friendly friends now.
And that's the way we refer to it now.
Yeah.
We're friendly friends.
We're friendly friends. You can't say you're a friend until you've sat at somebody's table. You've gone through something with them. You've experienced some challenging event, or you've been able to be there and support them. That's when you know if you're a friend. That's why I don't throw that word around. But you know that, yeah, we've opened a door.
Thanksgiving dinner next year?
Maybe not that friendly.
You know, I just happened to be there that day, guys, because we were heading to South Africa after the interview. And it was great to see the two of them together because it was a mutual admiration and respect for each other. I do think that they have bonded. I really do believe that.
David seems to be talking more about himself these days.
He is. You know, Oprah had done an interview with him for her network that's going to air a little bit later, and I was seated next to his wife, Regina, backstage, and she's asked him about everything. You know, the trouble he had on his show, reports of him with an affair with a staffer, and Regina's sitting right there next to me, and Dave was so candid and so open about it and how he feels about the situation. So you're right, Charlie, when you say he's more open. You found that about him too, didn't you?
I have, yes. I interviewed him, and
do you think it's fatherhood?
I think it has something to do with it. I think fatherhood has changed him significantly. And he'll be the first. He'll say, everybody tells you it's going to be this way. You don't really believe it, and it happens.
Yes.
And it's true.
Yep. And you're taking out the baby picture, showing him, hey, look at my son.
Yeah. Very, very interesting.
One of those.